Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings from EpicConversions.com, and I want to welcome you to another episode of The Mighty Few. This is episode 8 for those of you keeping score, and today we're talking all about affiliates and product vendors. And I want to specifically talk about how you can get more affiliates. That's what I want to talk about today on The Mighty Few. So this is specifically directed at people who either want to attract more affiliates for the digital products they want to sell, but also this is a good episode to watch if you're an affiliate so that you can understand a little bit better about what you're looking at with these products and what's a good situation to get into as an affiliate and what's not a good situation to get into as an affiliate. And today, I'm gonna be using this because I hate doing this, but we're gonna do a tiny bit of, not a big bunch of math, but we're gonna do a tiny bit of math here today, okay? Just to kind of put down in some stuff when you try to explain it, it's just it doesn't make sense unless you put it on the paper, okay? This doesn't make sense. So I want to talk about this because I get people reaching out to me fairly regularly to promote things that they want to sell, all right? And there are some things that can happen that pretty much makes me out on promoting their thing without even looking at it. There's certain things that can happen where I won't even look at their product if this is wrong, all right? And it has to do with what the funnel looks like and what the numbers look like. The numbers have to make sense for the affiliate, okay? And you as a product vendor, if you want to sell something and you want affiliates to promote it for you, you need to understand the numbers, all right? The numbers have to make sense for you, they have to make sense for the affiliates, and then they have to make sense for the customers as well. I want to explain something to you. I want to explain it to you in very, very simple numbers, okay? So that you can kind of see what the heck I'm talking about. Because look, this stuff can get kind of complex, especially if you're not used to business math and stuff like that. It can get a little complex. We're not going to make this complex. I want you to understand what the heck I'm talking about, all right? Let's say I'm selling a product for $100, okay? It's a $100 product. Cool? All right, now let's say I drive 1,000 people to my sales page. My affiliates drive 1,000 people to my sales page for me. So 1,000 visitors. Okay, I drive 1,000 visitors. My affiliates drove those visitors for me. All right. Let's say I'm converting at 10%. 10% conversion rate. Okay. 10% conversion rate, okay? So there we go, we got a 10% conversion rate. Okay, so we got a 10% conversion rate, all right? Pretty cool. So what that means is we have 100 customers, right? We've sold 100 of them. 100 customers, right? 100 customers. Now, 100 customers, okay? And we got 100 customers, and each of them is worth $100 a piece. So what does that tell us? That tells us we earned $10,000 on that launch, okay? 10K in revenue. All right, 10K in revenue. Okay, pretty cool. So how much should we pay the affiliates in commissions? If we're looking at this scenario, okay? If we're looking at this scenario as a hypothetical, like we're getting ready to launch a product and we say, okay, I figure that I'm gonna earn, I'm selling these for $100 a piece. I figure I'm gonna have about 1,000 visitors. I figure I'm gonna convert at about 10%. I figure if I've converted at 10%, then I know that 100 are gonna buy. Okay, if I push 1,000 visitors, all right, and if 100 buy, I know I'm gonna make $10,000 off the $100 sale. Okay, so how much should I pay my affiliates? Well, okay, if we think about what is the lifetime value of these customers, if we assume they're not going to buy anything else off of us, let's assume we have nothing in the funnel, we have no back end in place, we have nothing going on except this one product we're selling, then each of these customers, we can assume that they are worth $100 a piece. How do we get that? Well, I know it's easy because we said, well, hey, listen, they all bought $100 products, so they're worth $100. Okay, but what if it wasn't that simple? What if there was like a big sales funnel and it had 12 products in it and all that stuff? So basically, you take how much you made, the $10,000 in revenue, and you divide it by how many customers you had, 100. So if we take the 10,000 and we divide it by 100, guess what? We get 100. Okay, we get 100. If we take 100 and we times it by 100, what do we got? We got 10,000. So we're going to say LTV. We could even say CLTV. How about that? CLTV, customer lifetime value, equals $100. All right. So what that means, all right, if I want affiliates to promote this, if I have no other costs associated with this launch, no other costs associated with the launch, the only cost I have is to pay my affiliates. If that's it, then I can afford to pay them up to $100, right? And I'll break even. I will break even if I do that. I can pay them 100% and I'll break even, all right? But I can tell you that if you have a $100 product, most affiliates will be okay if you pay them 50%, right? They'll make $50 per sale, all right? And they'll be okay with that. But still, $50 potential for a product launch that you want me to promote as an affiliate, it's not so great, right? I'd rather my potential to be over 100, maybe even closer to $200 potential, right? So what that means is for you to get there for me, okay, guess what you're gonna need? You need something in the funnel, right? Because right now, CLTV is 100. So you can only afford to pay me up to 100% to break even, and that's I have the potential to earn $100, right? Which is okay. It's pretty good, right? But it's not a win-win situation, right? It's not a win for you as the vendor. If you're paying me 100% and you have no back end in place to make any more money, and all you have is this one thing on the table, no like continuity program in place, no like mid-ticket offer in place after they buy this, you got nothing. This is the only thing you got. Well, I'm going to win as an affiliate. I'm going to make 100% commissions on a $100 product. You're not going to win as a vendor though. So that doesn't make sense. See, I got to win and you got to win. So how can you correct that? There's a few ways you could do it. You know, one way you could do it would be to like add something else in the funnel and maybe give 50% commission on it. Let's say you got a $200 product or maybe a $500 product in the funnel, right? And you're going to give a 50% commission on that. So what'll happen is now if it's a 50% commission on a $500 product, I have the potential to not only earn the $250 off that $500 product for my 50% commission, but I'm also going to get $100 for my 100% commission on the front end products. And now my potential is $350. But your potential has went up to $250, right? Because you're going to earn 50% commission on OTO1, right? That's pretty good. And that's one way to fix it a little bit. For you as the vendor. It's also going to make it more lucrative for me as the affiliate. Another thing you could do, which would be very smart, is to add something higher ticket or add a continuity program on the back end. And you can just leave the affiliates out of that situation. You can just promote that to the leads after they're on your list, okay? So you can promote like a low ticket membership club for like 10 or 20 bucks. Okay, and let's say you promote a low ticket membership club, you got 100 people, okay? You promote a low ticket membership club, you put 20% of them in the club. Now, okay, let's say it's 20 bucks, all right? And you got 20% of 100 people in there. So that means 20 people. So, 20 times 20, what do we got there? 400? Is that 400 bucks? 400 bucks a month, okay? 400 bucks a month. on those 20 people, $400 a month. And let's say your average retention rate is 7 months. Okay, so now it's 400 times 7. 400 times 7 is 2,800. Okay, so that's an additional $2,800 that you're gonna make over a 4 month period. Over a 7 month period. Over a 7 month period, you're gonna make an additional $2,800 off of those people, right? And that doesn't count anything else you might sell them. That's just strictly off the low ticket, right? An additional 2,800. Okay. So that additional 2,800, okay, plus the additional OTO that will add 250 to what you make. This basically what it's going to do is it's going to increase, right, this right here. It's going to increase the CLTV. Okay, all this extra stuff is going to increase what your average customer is worth. And when you increase what your average customer is worth, you can change how much you can afford to pay your affiliates. Okay. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm kind of, going off the deep end. I say this because I am tired as an affiliate of people reaching out to me to promote offers, and like the offer has nothing but like a $10 front end offer. That's it. This is a $10 front end offer. Nothing in the funnel. No, nothing else of any kind. So my potential as an affiliate is to make $10, or like a $10 offer and like another $10 offer as an OTO one, right? And they're gonna give me 100% on the front end and like 50% in the funnel. Okay, so my potential is $15 per lead. It's ridiculous. It's a lose scenario. It's a lose scenario. It's a lose scenario. Okay, so like you got three different people going on here. You got the customer, you got the affiliate, you got the vendor. All right. Now, if you go to market with a $10 front end offer and a $15 offer in your funnel, and that's all you got, a front end offer and an OTO one, what you're doing is you are losing. Number one, you're losing. The only way you're not losing is if you have a really good back end in place. Okay. Then I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to win, but guess who's losing? The affiliate's losing. You're not going to attract a lot of affiliates with a $10 front end offer and a $15 offer in the funnel, and that a $15 product in the funnel, $10 offer on the front end, like 100% on the front, 50% in the funnel. You're not going to attract a lot of affiliates, okay? Because the affiliates, they get offered way better deals than that. Way better deals. I'm talking like 100% on the front end, 50% through the funnel with like 12 products in the funnel. That's a whole different ball game. Like when the funnel has the potential of like $800 in the funnel, okay? That's a lot different than like $12 potential in the funnel. It doesn't make any sense, okay? So no matter what happens, the affiliate's losing, all right? You understand the affiliate's losing no matter what. A lot of times the vendor's losing too, because they don't have a back end in place. They don't have look, if a vendor is smart enough to have a back end in place, and they're smart enough to understand they need continuity in place, they're smart enough to understand all this stuff, they're also smart enough to understand that's not how they treat affiliates, because that's not a good way to keep affiliates promoting your stuff, or even getting affiliates to promote your stuff. So yeah, you don't see that with people who understand their numbers very well. You see that with people who don't really understand their numbers very well. What happens is they are just like, they're trying to get something out really quick, and they're kind of like imitating what other people do or whatever, or like the best version of whatever other people do. But like maybe they get lazy, they don't want to put enough products in their funnel, whatever. But it's not producing a win-win-win, a triple win, right? The customer needs to win. They can win with a good product that gets them results. The affiliate needs to win. The affiliate wins by getting paid, all right? They win by making good money. You pay them well. The vendor wins by getting good quality leads on their list, and hopefully on a product launch they also make money. They also make some money. That's the way it should be. That's how you get the triple win. But to get the triple win, you need to understand this right here. You got to understand the CLTV. All right. That's the way I look at it, man. I hope that wasn't too much craziness. But the bottom line is, you know what? Let me shut up. I'm at 12 minutes. Here's the deal, okay? I've got a newsletter. It's an audio newsletter, okay? I don't know anybody else who has an audio newsletter. I'm the only one that I know of. It's called Voicemail, okay? And in that issue, that audio newsletter, I'm going to put this video in there as a bonus for them guys. I mean, it's free. You guys have it right here. It's a free video. But the next issue I am publishing of Voicemail is issue 21, all right? And I'm going to get hot and heavy into affiliate recruitment, okay? I have recruited over 5,000 affiliates in my career online, okay? Over 5,000. That's the way I remember it. That's the way I remember. I had to double check those numbers. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot of affiliates I've recruited. And I'm telling you, I know how to recruit affiliates. All right. And I'll tell you what, when we're talking about funnels and stuff like this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to talk about this in issue 21 of Voicemail. I'm going to get hot and heavy into affiliate recruitment. How do you recruit affiliates? I'm going to teach the people, the subscribers, the Voicemail. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it because I'm tired of getting these proposals from people where like they don't have good funnels put together. Nothing makes sense. The numbers don't add up. It doesn't add up for me as an affiliate. It definitely doesn't add up for them as a product vendor unless they got something else going on in the background that I'm not seeing. But they're not going to get people like me on board by putting that kind of situation together. It ain't going to happen. I'm not even, listen, let me tell you something. If you come at me with a $10 product, okay, and you don't have a funnel in place, okay, and the numbers don't make sense, I'm not even going to look at your product, okay? I don't care if you have just produced the best product known to man, all right? And I don't care if I'm like your super best friend, okay? I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. The numbers have to make sense, okay? Now, I don't mean to sound like some kind of cutthroat. I don't mean to sound like some kind of villain, some kind of bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm an ethical guy, okay? But here's the deal, okay? Business is business, all right? You got to make it make sense, all right? You got to make it make sense for me. You got to make it make sense for you. And you got to make it make sense for the customer. That's how it goes when you're pushing referral traffic. When you are recruiting affiliates to promote your stuff, everybody involved has to win. That's the bottom line. The bottom line, okay? This has been episode 8 of The Mighty Few. And I'm not mad, guys. I just get excited about this stuff. I get excited. I love talking about this stuff. I'm not mad. It's just like, it's one of those things, man. You got to do it the right way, okay? It's no crime to not know how to do it. But you got to figure it out, man. You got to figure it out. You can't try to recruit people and then get mad when no one wants to promote you when you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, dude. Everybody has to win. People are literally trying to get me to promote their stuff, and man, they're not even gonna win. Okay, the customers are gonna lose because it's not a good offer. They're gonna lose because their numbers are jacked up. I'm gonna lose because their numbers are jacked up. It ain't gonna work out. All right. And then they get mad when you don't promote them. Oh man, this is just like, this is just a good old boys club. This is just a good old boys club, man. Nobody new can break in. No. It's not that nobody new can break in. It's that you don't know what you're doing. All right. You don't know what you're doing. You need to go back to school. You need to learn more. All right. That's all it is. Learn more. Get better. Okay, get better at what you do, man. I tell you what, I know it's a new day, and I know a lot of things in the world change. I get it, a lot of things in the world change, but some things don't change. Some things stay the same, All right. And I tell you, the more things do change, the more of these some things I'm talking about, the more they stay the same. So the more things change, the more some things stay the same. All right. And one thing that stays the same is skill, right? Skill and experience. We used to have the saying when I was in the Navy, experience outranks everything. Experience outranks everything. And it's something I found to hold true over the years. So what I would tell you is, I know I have an accent. I know I dress down. I know, man, I'm from Ohio. I'm a dumb old hillbilly. I understand. But let me tell you something. This is basic business math, all right? Take an online course. Figure out about this dumb stuff, okay? And don't get back to me on affiliate promotions until you understand what the leads are worth, how much you need to be paying me as an affiliate, how much you want to make as a vendor, how you get the customers to win too. Everybody's got to win, man. Everybody's got to win. That's how affiliate referral traffic works. Everybody has to win. The affiliate needs to win. The customer needs to win. The vendor needs to win. All right. Now, if you want to be unethical, then you don't care if the customer wins. You're just going to promote some crap to them. Yeah, well, good luck. You can do that, and then you won't stay in business very long because your reputation is going to take a nosedive. But if you want a sustainable online business in a good world, in a perfect world, everybody needs to win. And I wouldn't even say the world has to be perfect. Everybody just needs to win if you want to be sustainable. All right. So yeah, that's my story. All right. Not trying to be derogatory towards anybody, but I get tired of hearing about Good Old Boys Club. I get tired of hearing about people not getting promoted. Oh man, nobody promoted me. Nobody give me the time of the day. I thought we were cool, man. I hit you up on Facebook for the last 3 months. I thought we were cool, bro. I thought we were cool. Like, dude, it don't matter if you've been, trying to talk to me for the last 3 months on Facebook and you're trying to network and be cool and stuff. Business is business. There are no friends in affiliate marketing. All right. That's the way I look at it. And I'm sorry if that sounds cutthroat, but at the end of the day, business is business. You have to get it right. I might want to help you, but I'm not going to help you unless you got your numbers right. And I'm not anyone's daddy. I'm not anyone's babysitter. You need to figure that stuff out and get back to me when you know what you're doing. All right. Hate to say it, but that's the way it is. All right. Listen, this has been The Mighty Few. I'm rambling on again. I see we're at almost 20 minutes. I wish you the absolute best in all your ventures. If you're more interested in my audio newsletter, voicemail, just hit me up by email. I'm at camjenningspro@gmail.com. I can get you a link to that. That is all I got. Peace. The thing about my audio newsletter, and you might be like, well, why don't you just put a link to it in the description here? Okay, the reason why I don't put a link to it in the description, because I don't make offers on YouTube or Facebook or wherever this video happens to be. Okay, I make offers to my email list. All right, so if you want to get into that offer, what you have to do is you have to get on my email list at myepicconversions.com. Okay, get on my email list, send me an email, and I'll send you a link for the voicemail newsletter. So anyways, that's all I got. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there. I wish you the absolute best. This has been episode 8 of The Mighty Few. I have 2 more episodes scheduled for season 1 of this show. You guys will have to let me know if you like this show, if you don't like this show. And I think that the numbers speak for themselves, right? If I see that no one's watching the show, no one's commenting on the show, nobody cares, well, I know the show has value. So I can easily just leave it up here for a little while for people. And then when I want it for something else, I'll delete it and pull it down and I'll put it in a membership club somewhere. I know it has value. But if it's getting ignored by the world at large, then it may not have value in certain places. But I know I will find the right home for it to where it makes sense for certain people. So anyways, that's all I got. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Peace now.